Alright, he's making here. It's the next day, and we're gonna go cut some stuffs. Alright, so take this out. I'm gonna do my next level of cutting, and we're gonna cut this part out. Alright, and then this little thing sticking out here, and then the ribs that are in here, we're gonna make it flush. Okay. Alright, let me get this thing out of here. Okay, we're getting kind of close to the edge here, so I think I'm just use the cutting wheel. The cutting wheel is kind of easier to control, but yeah, I don't know if we can do it. Yeah, you have to use the saw, I think, because this stupid thing is in the way. There you go. And it looks like, okay. Is there a hole on the other side? Oh yeah, man, I cut a little too much, man. That's okay. I can use some plastic weld on that. yeah, in fact, that's what I'll go do. Yeah, so I cut a little too much, guys. There's a hole in there now. That's okay, I got it. I can fix that with some plastic welding. Okay, I got this guy. We use this to melt the plastic. Okay, we can also use this to cut the cut stuff too. It's a hot knife. It's a hot knife, is what it is. Okay, kind of want to shape it like a putty, I guess. Okay, you can see it's turning into like a goo. It's like spreading butter. Oh, I'm making the hole worse. What I might want to do is get some plastic. Yeah, so I'm going to get some of this plastic that I have here. I'm going to use it to fill that hole. There's still kind of a hole there. But that's kind of like the best we can do, man. So I'm going to put this over the hole, and then I'm just going to melt it there. So there you go. We're doing some plastic welding. There you go. That worked pretty good. Okay, I can do the rest with, well, I could smoothen it out a little bit. Okay, yeah, like I said, I cut it too much, man. Alright, I think that'll work. I can also fix this parts where we damaged the plastic with the cutting wheel. If I get some pieces of plastic and I melt it onto there. Okay. It kind of worked. Sort of, kind of. There's another cut right here. Okay, I think that's good. What we can also try to do is cut these ribs off. Alright, these guys right here. With the hot knife. Let's try it. Okay, I just wanted to try that. Hey, it works. I just need to cut the rib off. I can't get this in there though. Oh, there you go. It went off. There you go, it came off. This thing works pretty good. This is the first time I actually used it for something like this, guys. Usually I use it to repair like cracks and stuff. So yeah, you know what? That worked pretty damn good. I think I'm just going to use that the whole time. That was pretty smooth. We'll use it as much as we can. It is a little bit messy though. Okay, as long as I see it on top of the plastic, the flat part of the plastic will be fine. Okay, just cutting it through it like butter. I wish there was like a all time feature on this, because holding this trigger down is kind of painful. Okay, I'm gonna wait till we get all the way down to the end of the rib. Alright, we're going to cut perpendicular to it now. Man, that worked pretty damn good. Like a hot knife through butter. There you go. Wow. Amazing. Pretty clean cut too. Sweet. I like that. And I could use this to smooth out all the cuts, all the rough cuts. Like this cuts that this guy did. Okay, so I'm gonna cut, and what else? Maybe cut this, and then we'll cut this next if we can. Okay, the nice thing is just it's really neat, the cuts with it, this thing does. Okay. Then I could probably just jab this or something. Nice! Man, this thing is awesome. It works great with this plastic. I'm getting kind of... This plastic is kind of smelly though, man. I feel like I'm getting a headache. I should probably open the garage. I think it might be poisonous. Hey guys, did you get that? That worked pretty damn well, if I do say so myself. So I'm going to use the knife to clean up some of these cuts. Let me see if it fixed that hole. Oh yeah, look at that. It's just oozing out the back here. That part that I fixed earlier. See that? That's where the hole was. That'll work. I think it's pretty close to sealed. Yeah, I like it. It's definitely strong enough. Yeah, it's kind of... This guy's cuts are awful. Maybe do this one next. I'm not sure. Let me get the... I'll get the controller and see how it fits now. Alright, I'm gonna get the controller and see how it fits now. So what I did is I cut this off, that round nub thing. Alright, and I guess if you cut too far, it's the outside, so I cut it too much. I could probably clean this up a little bit. Okay, and then we cut the ribs out. Okay. So I cut this rib, and this rib. Probably want to cut this and maybe this next. Is there a screw there? No, there's no screw. Okay, so yeah, we can cut all of this out too if we need to. All right, but let's look at let me get the controller. Okay, so let me see here. So there it is. It fits pretty damn well now. All right. So here's the part that we cut before. All right, we can. I think the wires are touching it. That's a problem. The wire's touching the back. This wire coming out here. It's a freaking annoying wire. Anyway, we can probably tilt it back like this or something. Okay, and then yeah, so it looks like we need to cut more of those ribs off, alright, like all of them. Yeah, I think they all got to come off. Alright, so I think, because it's not doing us any favors. At least, yeah, let's cut more of those ribs off, okay? Just open the garage, man, because it stinks, dude. Okay, yeah, it looks like we're doing pretty good. It fits in there much better now, so I'm still up in the fence if we're gonna take this off. We don't really need to. All right, so what I'll do is continue to keep on cutting these off. All right, we'll use the hot knife like we were using before. All right, we'll cut this. Yeah, let's cut this and this, all of this right here, all right? Or let's start, we'll just keep on cutting it, all right? So I'll cut this off, and then we'll cut this off, and then maybe start cutting this off maybe. All right, I don't think we have to cut all of them off. All right, so Haze Mag is just gonna do it, all right? And then I'll show you what it looks like after, but I'm gonna use the same technique. We'll use the hot knife to cut this off, and like those are the cuts. Pretty good. Could we just use a cutters to do it too? Let's see. I bet you could probably just use cutters. You got some big ones. Let's try. Oh. Okay, let's try. Oh yeah, you can. It's even easier with the cutters. Oh no, it's hard. No, you can't do it with the cutter. Okay, yeah, we got to use the hot knife. Okay. Okay, so I cut some more out, some of the ribs, and I think it's good now. Maybe we should probably cut this out here because it kind of gets in the way a little bit. I think that's all we need to cut. All right, because I don't want to mount it all the way down. Probably like that, you know. And that part is touching the heatsink right there. So let's do that. I forgot to cut this too, so we'll cut this. All right, I don't know if it'll make a difference, but it's keeping it from getting lower. But I mean, if we don't have to cut it, then I won't cut it. So actually, yeah, let me go put it back in the subframe first. But yeah, let me cut this. I'll cut this again. All right, we'll cut this little triangle out, or trapezoid, whatever it is. Another thing we can cut is over here. So see, this is kind of rubbing on it too. So we can cut that with the hot knife too. So for the hot knife is good for precision cuts, okay guys, but it kind of takes a while to do it. All right, so we'll cut that, and then I think we'll be good, because it's like touching it right now. I don't even need to cut all of it, probably just half of it. Okay, so I'll cut half of this. All right, we'll make it the same distance as this here. All right, and then we'll cut this rib off, and then I'll go put it back in the bike, and then we'll see. All right. Okay, I think the plastic welder overheated because it doesn't work anymore, guys. It's really hot, man. I've never used it that long, you know, before, so I guess we'll give it a break. But I managed to cut most of the ribs out. I cut this. So this is that section. Okay. That looks good. So I cut all of this out. I was trying to melt the rest of this off, but I can't. The thing died, so I could probably use a grinder or cutter for the rest of it. All right, but it's much cleaner, and then I can smoothen this out, you know, like butter. Okay. So. Okay, so we'll wait for this to cool down. I guess you can't use it for very long, but yeah, that's the longest I've ever used that. So usually it's just like, you know, 20 seconds and then you stop. So, but I was using it like for a few minutes. Okay, so we'll let that thing cool down for a bit. I could probably just use the cutting wheel for the rest of it. Okay, I think I've done it, guys. There we go. It's in there. All right, so I cut that part off. It can go flush onto that now. All right, so now what we can do is we can just drill a hole here and then bolt it to the airbox. Okay, that's good. And then here, yeah, we probably don't want to cut this. Here we can run a piece of flat bar up to here and then bolt it to there, and that'll hold that in place. And then here we can probably run a flat bar up to here. All right. Yeah, and then bolt it right there. Okay, so I need to make those brackets, and I need to make sure it fits. And then what we could probably do is run a piece of flat bar from here across the window here, and then we can bolt it to there, or just have 3 points of contact. So I think we're going to use this. We're going to use this, I guess. Try to bolt it to here with this, like a screw or something, and then bolt it. Run a piece of flat bar up to there. I might have to bend it like a weird way, but yeah, I think that'll work. All right. I might want to cut that last little nub off in there. The welder. Well, no, I think it's fine. I don't think we need to do that. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna go put it back on the bike, and then we'll see what it looks like in the subframe. And yes, I overheated it. It works again. So. Okay, so I guess you can't run it for that long, all right? Like a minute or two is good. All right. Well, we'll use that to clean up some of the stuff in there, but I think we're good. Okay, guys. What is this, man? I'm trying to get this out of here. What is this? Anyway, well, I guess you could run a wire through that. Yeah, so there it is. It clears. All right, the little the post that holds the seat down clears. All right, it barely clears. The heatsink is right there. All right, I don't know if that's how we're gonna have it. Preferably, I'd like to have it up a little more, kind of like that. But then it touches. So it looks like. Okay, so yeah, something like this is what we're trying to go for. Okay, so it's just under the seat right there, the heatsink. Okay. So I got a problem here. I couldn't. So remember that part that I cut? I can't use it. All right, guys. Can't use it because the subframe gets in the way. The subframe is right on top of it, and this needs to poke out on top of it. It won't lay flat in there, unless I could make it lay flat. Let's see. Yeah, I could do that. It'll go farther back, but the seat might touch it. Is the problem. So I might want to play with it some more, but yeah. So the thing is, we can't get it underneath the subframe. There's just not enough room back there. It's too damn long. So this part that I cut here, we didn't need to cut it because it's not going to go. It's not going to go underneath there, unfortunately, because this thing is in the way. So, and we can't get this underneath. It's too long, man. So we're gonna have to it's gonna be cockeyed a little bit. It's the problem. All right, but we got some clearance. We got some clearance by cutting the ribs off. I think that's the most beneficial thing. We cut the ribs off and this. All right. I can probably get this to lower a little more if I cut this off. So maybe we might want to cut that off next. I kind of didn't want to cut it off because I wanted to use that to mount a bracket to, but maybe we could just mount a bracket here and bend it sideways a little bit. Yeah, that might work. Bolt, and then there'll be a bolt sticking out here, but that doesn't get in the way of the wheel. So unless it's like a supermoto wheel or something. So there'll be like a bolt head sticking out there, but I think that should be okay. So we can try that. Maybe mount it here and have it come straight up and then bolt it there. Maybe we probably don't need to have too many places to mount it. We can just mount it here on the side, I guess. And then I can bend it so it fits. And then yeah, maybe we can mount a wall here or a piece of flat bar and then mount it to here. All right, the question is how the hell are we going to connect all the wires to it too, man? I would say we could probably connect the wires to the terminals first and then mount the controller. And then mount all the stuff from the pigtail. There's plenty of room for it, sort of, kind of. All right. Anyway, I'll play around with it. I'll try to see if I can get it as flat as I can get it, and then we can start making brackets. I think that might be it for the cutting. I might want to cut. Yeah, I might want to cut this off. Could we use this or something? I don't think so. Yeah, we might want to cut. Well, I might want to cut this. Let's cut this off next. Okay, we'll use the hot knife for that since it's cool down now. Alright. Okay guys, I made a discovery. So I've got the controller in there nearly flat. So it fits nearly flat underneath the seat. So that's perfect. I think that's how we're gonna mount it. So what I could do is make a 90-degree tab here, maybe. Yeah. Because there's plenty of space. Look, there's plenty. So I've got the seat bolted on there. All right, the bolts are on the seat right now. The seat's not going to move. And I was able to maneuver the controller up in there so it's flat. All right, so yeah, what we can do is we can put a 90-degree mounting tab here. I'll lop this off, this little wire holder thing, and then we'll make a we'll put a 90-degree piece of aluminum. We'll drill a hole, bolt it here, and then we'll bolt it to this. Okay, we can do that. It will not go anymore. It won't go any more out. It's like, it's kind of crooked too. So so I think what we can do is we'll cut these off, right, like I mentioned, and then we'll install a piece of flat metal. But we can bend it to the contour of this, and we can twist it a little bit, and then bolt it. Oh, you know what, man? There's no room. Yeah, there's no room to put a bolt there. Yeah, it's tough, man. There's nowhere to mount it. It's so close. It's so close to the subframe. So maybe we can just mount this one. I'm confident we can mount this one. I don't think we're going to be able to get a bolt in there because literally it's touching the frame, the subframe. Could we lower it? No, we can't lower it. Not there. I can push it back a little bit. Yeah, if I can push it back a little, it's still, the subframe is still blocking it, so so we wouldn't be able to bolt it on. Maybe we could bolt it on. I don't know. We bolt it on and then put the yeah, but then I want to be able to unbolt it. So maybe we can mount it like this and just drill a hole here, bolt it to that plastic part. It doesn't matter if it's crooked. And then it's just sitting on this one, and then we can have to make a mount on the other side. So maybe we'll just let it sit on this. I kind of don't like letting it sit on it, man. I would rather it be, like, you know, secure. But yeah, we can have it in there relatively flat. Is what I noticed. Okay. Anyway, we'll figure it out. I think it would be beneficial to cut this. Okay, and yeah, we do want it. I do want it facing up, so the wires. Yeah, I do want it flat, because see where the wires come out? It comes out on the top of the airbox. So we want it to be on the top. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it a night, man. That's enough cutting for me. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll trim this off, and then I know. His brain is on overload right now. I'm gonna take the thing that holds this air boot in. All right, I'm gonna unbolt it, and then we're gonna start cutting it. I'm gonna cut the top part off, so it doesn't cut the wires. All right, I don't want any of that sharp stuff cutting the wires. So, and then we can just put like Gorilla Tape or something over the edges so they're not sharp for the rest of it. Okay, so I'm gonna do that next, and then I think I'm gonna call it a night. Okay, I cut these off. Okay, these are gone. I don't even know where the hell they went. This disappeared. I don't know where they are now. Oh, here's one of them. Okay, cut one of these guys off. Alright, I chopped this here. Okay. I could probably clean that up a little bit, but it'll be fine. Maybe I might want to cut a little bit more. I might be able to cut a little bit more of this too. And then I'm going to cut this right now with a hot knife. I think this will be a better... So check it out, guys. So I'm just going to hold it. Well, maybe I can't do it. Well, I have to flip it over. Let's try flipping it over. Flip the blade over. Aha, there we go. Perfect. I can hold it upside down. Alright, and then we're just going to lop that off. Okay, it should just go straight through at some point. There we go. Okay, perfect. Precision cut. Alright, and then I'm going to do the same thing with this right here. I think I'm just going to let it cut all the way through, because it's like kind of arched in a nice way already. This hot knife. Okay. There we go. We'll probably want to clean that up a bit, but that's the piece that we just cut off. Cool. Okay. I know it's kind of odd working it like this. Clean up the cut a little bit. I can also cut this part off too. Oh, okay. Okay, now we can cut it the other way to make it smoother. I'm not really sure how much of that we need to cut though. So probably. I think that was it. Was that everything I wanted to cut? Yeah. Okay, I want this to cool off so I can flip the blade around, and then I'm gonna try to smooth this out a little bit, and then I think we're done. Okay. And then I think we need to cut. Well, I'm gonna start cutting the fend. Oh no, that's right. We gotta take this out. So I'm gonna take this out next. All right. It's just a bunch of bolts or nuts. So we'll take them all out. We'll take that ring out, and then I'll think it. Oh, there's something bolted on here. What is this? Oh. Okay, there's 2 screws. There's 2 screws and five nuts holding it in. So fun. Right, I'm gonna take this little ring out. Oh, what a bitch! I think we're gonna have to use a wrench for that one. Okay, don't lose them. I need them, man. Still, there's one in here. I don't want to come out. Maybe I can. Let's take this 2 screws on the bottom out. I've got like all the tools out, man. Okay. Okay, that top one we're not even gonna need anymore, guys. we're gonna. That's the one we're gonna cut off. Yeah. So let me go get a wrench for that. Save these washers here. Okay, make sure I got all of them. But okay, this one is a real pain in the butt to take off. Maybe if I bend it. Yeah, wait. I think I got an idea. If we bend the intake, I might be able to get it in there. Yep, there we go. Tighten it instead of loosening it. Okay. Cool. Okay, the ring should just come out now. Okay, there we go. Okay, got it out. So we're gonna cut all of this out. It's kind of gross looking. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna cut this. Kind of got it on the little mouth here. I might be able to just, I don't know, how can we cut this so it's not sharp, man? Anyway, cut it here, cut it there. Okay, and we'll try to smooth it out as much as we can. Okay, I'm gonna go take it to the grinder and clean it up the cut a bit. But there it is. Alright, so now the top bolt is no longer there. Alright, hopefully this stuff won't. Maybe I might see if I can smoothen this out a bit. Just flatten it out. Okay, I'm gonna go take this to the grinder and clean it up a bit. Okay, I'm kind of smoothing it out a little bit. Doesn't really matter. The wires aren't gonna run up here anyway, so. Alright, I'm going to go put it back in. What I realize is I could probably flip it and have the wires come up. It'll come down though, so I think it'd rather be better to have them come up. So yeah, let's not do that. Screws back in. Okay, there we go. As long as I can't get them out by hand, should be good. Okay. Alright, and there it is. So there's the new, I should have probably cleaned it, man. It's kind of dirty. But yeah, so there it is. So now it's nice and smooth, see? Maybe I should have just cut this whole ring off. That's what I'm thinking. Why not I just cut the whole ring off? But let's just. I can take it off later, man. But you see, it's super smooth right here now. Okay, so I think that's good. It's kind of nasty right here, though. Kind of want to wipe it with something. But yeah, there we go. So now we got a nice smooth air, channel or a conduit, so the wires won't get all cut up and everything. Okay, yeah, what I might want to do is just cut the rest of this. Yeah, I think I might do that. I might just cut the rest of this lip off here. Then you won't have anything sharp sticking up, and then it'll just run through this. In fact, man, why not just take this off? Oh yeah, because this bolt. Yeah, why don't you just take this off and bolt it onto here, guys? That's what I was thinking. Like, yeah, why not just do that? Like, I don't really need it. It doesn't need to be sealed, guys, because air doesn't go through it anymore. Right? Anyway, so I think I'm done for tonight, guys. Yeah. So I'll see what I can figure out tomorrow. All right. Okay. So yeah, in this video, in this clip. Or tonight, I got it accomplished is I cut all these ribs out here. All right, so the controller fits nice and flush. I cut that big thing that was sticking out here. I cut this. Oh, I still need to clean this up, and I cut these off. Okay, and this, and then I cut this. So we didn't really need to cut that. And then we found out that we can pretty much lay the controller flat on there, and then what I might try to do is bolt it to the subframe. The controller. Alright guys, I'm messing around with the airbox more. I took it back out. I'm going to cut this. Alright, I want to cut this. I want to cut it like right here. I guess right before, see where this like little hump is? I think that's to help it seal better. I'm going to cut it like right here. Okay? And I took the intake boot off, and look at how big the opening it is. This is huge, man. So if I don't have enough space to cram the wires in there, that's what we may have to do. Just take this off. It's kind of a really big gaping hole, but we could put electrical tape over it or duct tape over it, something. All right, but yeah, or we can just cut the boot more. Where did it go? Yeah, we can just cut this more. We can just open it up right here, or it becomes oval. Open it up more, so we could do that also. So it's also got this thing here. You know, there's like a port here. That's fine. It's no biggie. Okay, so I'm gonna go cut this lip off here, so we don't have any problems chafing wires or anything. Okay, cut it off. Boy, I cleaned that up a lot, man. Yeah, it was hard to cut this part right here. Okay, there it is. I cleaned it up as good as I could. All right, I think I'm all right. Sorry, the camera's like upside down, man. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go clean it with some like a power wash or something, man, because it's disgusting. It's got like oil and stuff or something all over it. Okay, and I'll clean the intake boot too.